gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 626. I'm your host, CheapyD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by... who was...
It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
Little fun.
Not funny.
It was lazy, though.
It was. It was a lazy joke.
I didn't even need words. I mean, that's the best.
Yeah. Well, it's your MO.
No words?
As little effort as possible.
Oh. I thought you were thinking I was Teller.
No. Would that make me pen? I think it's the other way around, if anything.
Right, but you're not silent, ever.
I am not. Just deadly.
Just what? Deadly.
Just deadly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It took me a second to process that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Shipwreck, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about
Speaking
you guys?
Of
Good?
silent but deadly, here's Shipwreck.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How's the working from home going, Wombat?
Well, I went in today. I went into the office.
Right.
But there were only 3 people there. So I felt silly. So I left a little early and came back home and worked most of the afternoon from home. So
what was the commute like in the morning? Were people giving each other looking each other over to see who looked like they might have a cold or something?
It was fine this morning. My train was fairly quieter than normal. I had a 3-seater to myself, which very rarely happens except for holidays.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously people are just staying home. And now that some usher in Times Square tested positive, I have a feeling that's going to clear out that entire area for a couple of weeks.
Right.
So there's that.
Are you going to be working from home for the immediate future?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really love working from home more than like a day at a time.
Right.
Personally, it's just not what I like to do. So it's really weird. But then there's this other flip side of that where I don't want to get sick.
Sure.
You see how that works?
I do.
So, I'm lucky that I can work from home. That's what I'll say. There's nothing I can't do at home that I could do in the office. There's nothing. It's not like I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I'm home today. So
right. And you can't play Xbox at the office.
I can't play Xbox at the office. So that's a nice little perk.
Right.
That's a nice home perk.
I don't know. Mrs. Chibi is very stressed out about the whole situation.
Is she unable to work from home at any point?
No, she can, but she's actually working from home tomorrow, but it's not that like they've ordered the people to work from home. They're not committing to anything. It's just she just asked if she could work from home tomorrow, and they said yes. But she said like the commute sounds very stressful. Like her train's really crowded, and it sounds like
it's going to get less crowded on her train. I mean, that's the one thing she has to look forward to it. Because a lot of places are just like, meh. What about in Ohio? What's it like there? Because New York is like, its own microcosm. Do people care in Cincinnati?
Sure. We have caring people in Cincinnati.
But they're getting to work.
You?
They're getting to work in their
you,
cars,
Wombat,
though. A Wombat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's
is it a
totally different situation? They're not right on top of each other.
This is the question. I'm like, for me, it's a train, and then I'm walking on that street, the sidewalks are packed, butt to butt,
right.
nut to butt.
You can't compare. You cannot compare.
I know. So in Ohio, it's just business as usual?
No.
You're washing your hands more.
Not completely. Yeah. People have decided to start washing their hands.
They pay attention to whether there's... The one good thing about all the media coverage is that people at least have to be completely aware of it now, and they know if they get sick that they might have something more serious than the flu. So at least there's that.
Yeah. You don't want to wind up like Tom Hanks.
Right. That's rough. That's breaking news, by the way.
That is breaking news. Tom
us.
Hanks has corona.
Right.
He's stealing the president's thunder as we speak.
Right. He might have corona too.
Yeah.
Some guy, Mrs. Chibi was leaving her office today, and some guy yelled at her, "Stay away from me, China lady."
No.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean, no? Of course. Like, does that sound like something that wouldn't happen? I mean, it's totally reasonable for New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you can see how it could be stressful, especially stressful for Asian people. and Asian Americans.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Ty told me that at school, some kids, some of the bullies were saying to the Asian kids, like, "Oh, don't give me corona," and then they got detention. I feel like we wouldn't have got detention for that when we were in school.
I don't know. I
you
wouldn't have
think?
said that back when I was in school. So it's hard. It's a hard thing for me to. I don't know.
I feel like we could have gotten away with stuff like that back then.
Yeah.
Not that you're
Sabrina.
supposed to be trying to get away with stuff. I'm not saying.
I have no idea how if the kids are saying things like that in Sabrina's school.
Right.
They are.
I know that last year.
Right.
she-
Shipwreck knows.
I'm confident that they are.
They're still
Well,
kids.
last year it was a big issue with the kids making
Right.
derogatory comments about the Asian students in her grade, to the point where Sabrina was the one who spoke up about it. It was like a whole thing.
Right.
I know because I had to be a part of it. Where she was separated into an honors English group with her and 4 other boys, and she stopped going. And when the teacher said, "Why are you have to do this? This is important." She said, "I can't." And when pressed why, she said, "Because they're all racist and I don't want to sit with them anymore."
Oh.
And that became a whole thing. And then she got to do honors English as a solo for the rest of the year.
Oh. Right. Let's bump her
they
grade up
changed
a
the
little
whole way.
bit, too.
They changed the whole way the class works, because it turns out, she's right about this, and
What are they
You
going to
couldn't
do?
find any other non-racist kids to pair her up with.
Right.
Basically that's what happened.
Sweet. Pretty sweet
Yep.
solution.
All
Yeah,
these other
exactly.
non-racist kids are terrible at English. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. So you're on your own. But, I think they went with the "she must be protected at all costs" method, which is
Right.
there's worse.
Sure.
Oh. Anyway,
Stressful.
that's enough of that. I know it is. My wife will be home with me tomorrow too, so at least I won't be alone
Right.
in the house all day. That also gets to you. You can only have so much TV on in the background, but
How are you streaming Xbox games?
That was a question for the CAG bag, Shipwreck.
Well,
So ask now. It
We're
doesn't
to it
matter.
now, though.
Okay.
This is the question everybody wants to know.
Should I just read the
Is-
CAG bag question?
Yeah,
Sure.
read the Quagmire question.
At Fendoza writes in and says, "What does Wombat's employer think of him streaming Fortnite while quote working from home?" End quote.
Oh, there's a short answer and a long answer. The short answer is as long as the work gets done, they don't care when.
Okay.
When they don't care what I do. That's the short answer.
Okay. What's
The long answer. The
Oh.
long answer is more of I was up at 5:30 in the morning. I was at work, quote unquote, at 6. I did 6 media plans between 6 and I guess 8:30, 8:45. So by 8:45, I was, I had a little bit of a gap in my day because I did what I would normally do in the morning, that 9 to noon time.
Right.
I did that from 6 to 9 instead. The majority of my company runs on West Coast time, really starting at like 10 a.m. So I knew I had like this hour that I could kind of, take a break. So I spent 45 whole minutes playing Fortnite. And I know that's crazy. How dare I? But I did. And then I did my
It's still
work.
pretty ballsy.
I don't think so.
Well, we know
Why?
you don't
I'm-
think
I'm not
so,
saying
'cause
I
you
don't.
did it.
I'm not confident that you're like I know you work hard. I know you're very good at your job and you put in the hours. But working
if
from
I'm
home
gonna work
and,
from,
and
if I'm gonna work from
streaming
6
yourself
a.m. to
online.
7 p.m. Oh no, they don't care. I've actually been trying to get my company to do have a game streaming channel forever.
Right.
So that's really would be like, why were you?
And they said
streaming?
no,
Why-
but you decided
Why
to
you
make
should.
one
Look what
anyway.
you could do. Yeah. So
Now we do have a channel.
yeah, exactly. No, it's honestly fine.
Okay.
You know.
Good. I think I think Fendoza was just worried about you. Shipwreck wants
No,
to just bust on you.
It was. I wouldn't do that at first of all, I would be too busy to do that from like 2 to 3. But what was it? Like it was like 9 to 9:45 or 8:45 to 9:30 in the morning. I could kind of get away with it at that time of day.
All right.
Most people I work with don't even start their day until 10 a.m. Our technical hours don't start until 10.
Right.
So I'm fine.
We trust in you, Wombat.
Yeah, not a big
Shipwreck
deal.
doesn't,
But if you'd like to see all the emails I sent prior and all the plans I put together prior to that,
That seems like a bad idea too. I don't think you should be sending us the emails from your work.
I'm happy to give you the receipts that I did work for 3 hours prior to a 9 a.m. Streaming session.
It would be a lot more convenient if you could just live stream those results.
Exactly.
And just do it during your workday.
No one is worried. No one is questioning. Even if Shipwreck isn't even questioning that I'm putting in the hours I need to in a day, no one else should.
Right. That's fine.
So, is that fair?
Just when I got the alert, like on my Apple Watch, that you were, like, I was at my desk at work working, and then I'm like, Wombat's streaming.
I got the same thing. I literally just turned on the Xbox notifications.
Here's my question to you two jerks.
Yes.
You both got the notification.
Yes.
Neither one of you watched.
I was busy.
I was at work.
And I was doing
I don't know if you understand how this works.
Right.
I don't. Cheapy, your excuse?
What time was it?
Is it 9 o'clock in the morning?
9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I was masturbating. Sorry. I couldn't, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, I didn't do it too late in the day. It was definitely like a borderline pre-workday stream, to be honest. Yeah. So
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just saying.
Tomorrow
morning will probably be different because I have a big Thursday's my big report day, so I won't be able to stream tomorrow.
Oh.
I know. Sorry. I know. I've done that once.
Hey,
everyone's like, shouldn't you be doing something else? I'm like, relax, everybody.
Yeah. I'm relaxed.
Once in 12 years, I think I could get away with it.
Right. I got that update on LinkedIn. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to congratulate
you. Yes. Why didn't you, jerk?
I don't really use LinkedIn, but there's this new ping pong club that's opening in Manhattan where it's supposed to be completely automated, like the ping pong club of the future, where you just book the room by the app and just you hold the app up to the door. Like there's nobody there. And I thought I might contact the people to find out more about it. It's not set up yet. It's not open yet.
So it's what, ping pong / sex club?
No. It's called Ping Pod.
A place for businessmen to take their mistresses?
I think not, because I think it's you can see inside from the street.
Oh, okay.
So it's the opposite.
Because to me it sounds like for $10 for 30 minutes.
You can't.
Seems like a perfect.
It's literally a ping pong table in a room.
Businessman's lunch escape.
No, I think they can do better. I think they could get a place with a bed or a couch.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Why not?
I don't know. I know someone who I used to work with that had an apartment that he shared with 10 other guys that had nothing in it but a mattress on the floor for his businessman's lunch.
Gross.
You don't see me arguing that with you. That is super gross.
He's no David Letterman.
No. So.
All right. Have you all been able to find toilet paper? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had.
People haven't been buying out the toilet paper in your supermarkets?
No, weirdly
really?
by me, the Target by me has fully stocked.
Huh. Because every place by me is gone. And I was at the supermarket buying bananas and tea. And I already bought I scored the toilet a 12 roll pack the day before, but I wanted to check out what the toilet paper situation was like, just, keep an eye on it. And I walk to the aisle and I see I'm like, oh, it looks like they have a fair amount of toilet paper. I see a shopping cart filled with toilet paper and an aisle that has some toilet paper. It's really sad looking, but there's some toilet paper and there's a shopping cart full of toilet paper. And then I just assumed that was being loaded onto the shelf, but it was actually a woman who was just buying that much toilet paper for herself and nothing else. And I was like, oh my God. And I even said it like out loud. I said something like, or I laughed. I think I laughed because it was like 80 rolls of toilet paper.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right? And
It's crazy.
And like, this is why we don't have any toilet paper, because people are buying over a year's worth of toilet paper in one visit.
I bought the big Charmin pack. I did buy the largest Charmin pack they make.
Right.
But
that's one package.
But it's one package. Yes. It says equals 120 rolls. I don't believe that, but that's what the package says.
Right. They lie, I think, about that.
It's a whole thing.
So
and
anyway,
I got water too. I even got a case of water.
So
I'm happy.
I'm not done with my story yet.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I'm like, oh, this is so annoying. So we're checking out at the same time. He's checking out right next to me, and I'm walking out. I'm like, I got to get a picture of this, and maybe like I'll. So all right. So I wait outside. I get outside. I'm in my car. I see she's coming right out. I take a picture. And I put like one of those emoji stickers over her head, and I put it on one of the town's Facebook pages.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is why we have no toilet paper. It's like 80 rolls of toilet paper. And I looked at it, and I don't use Facebook very often because it sucks. Mm-hmm. It's fucking horrible.
Sure.
And I deleted the app off my phone, but there's some groups that like I want to visit, including like the town ones, to learn about, things like where the fuck can I buy toilet paper?
I understand, yes.
So I just like, maybe this will discourage people from doing it. And I blocked her whole head out, so I put it up there, and like a minute later, like there's a comment, and like there's then another comment. Like, wait a minute, what's happening? Like, and people are like, some people are like, what is she doing? This is crazy. And then other people are like, oh, you shouldn't be posting pictures like this. There's nothing wrong with that. How do you know that she doesn't work in a group home? And, blah, blah, blah. And you could tell like the people who did the same thing like the day before filled up their shopping cart with toilet paper. So this was like all happening quickly. And I'm like, oh, this is so annoying. I'm not even going to like look at this anymore because Facebook is annoying. Who gives a shit? And then, so I told Mrs. Cheapy about it, and then she messaged me later in the day. This was yesterday. She messaged me later in the day. She's like, oh, the post has 100 comments now, and everybody's got their own take on the situation. It's very controversial. Like, some people are calling for it to be pulled by the administrator, and other people are posting things like big ass, which she thought was very funny. But I don't know. It's very controversial.
Why is your town like this mecca
toilet paper? So I looked at
paper.
so there was articles in the news like why when situations like this happen, why did the toilet paper just disappear? And it's people are looking to control an uncontrollable situation. So they don't know what to do. They're confused. There's uncertainty around, and they think that they can have control over it if they do something. Like they have to do something. Just not reading is not enough. So they think by going to the store and buying all of the whatever, they've done their part. But what they've really done, obviously, is just make it really annoying for everybody else. But yeah.
Yeah, my wife had to go to Target today because Sabrina needed a new math notebook, which has nothing to do with anything. But that's the reason she went there. She goes and she's like, well, while I'm there, should I get any provisions? Because people are going insane.
Of course.
And I'm like, the only thing we really need right now is pasta because that's all my kids eat.
Still?
Sabrina, yes. Elliot's a good eater. Okay. Elliot will eat pretty much anything.
Okay.
But Sabrina still only eats pasta. So I'm like, okay, go to the pasta aisle. She goes to the pasta aisle. And for whatever reason, the people in my town do not want the Target store brand pasta.
Everything else was gone?
Everything else was gone. Your Barillas, your Ronzonis,
right.
Your whatever,
right.
all gone. But the red box pasta for 69 cents?
Yeah.
As far as the eye could see.
Huh.
So we stocked up on pasta. I'm like, because it's all the same crap.
Why wouldn't you stock up on the cheap store brand pasta?
I don't know.
That makes the most sense.
I agree. You're preaching to the choir.
Or just buy one of something.
Same thing with the bottled water. We got a case of the Target brand water, which I think is like $1.
What's happening with the water? We can't drink water anymore?
Well, not where I live anyway. But all of the, the expensive Dasanis, all gone.
Ugh,
people are
so
stupid.
Annoying. It's so people are
not only
stupid.
are we in the middle of a pandemic, but everyone's an idiot.
Right,
So it
exactly.
really,
Exactly.
it only exasperates the issue.
Yeah. After I posted that picture, I realized I don't want to read anything that anybody has to say because what are they going to say? I know it's dumb. Like, I know the reason why she's doing it. It's dumb.
That's why
I'm just trying to get people to stop buying the toilet paper. I don't need to read anybody's comments.
I've got so much toilet paper at my house.
Why?
Because I'm terrible at managing my Amazon subscription items.
Oh, yeah, that happens to me with condoms sometimes.
Yeah. So
backed up.
I
had to unsubscribe from the condoms because it's like, this is fucking ridiculous. Someone's going to come.
I can't keep up.
Right. I can't keep up. I'm doing my best here, but like they come like 36 in a box and like, every couple months, like
it's delivered monthly, 36 in a box.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, and I forgot the best part of the Facebook bonanza.
Okay.
What?
So this is relayed to me as Mrs. Cheapy because, like I said, I'm vowing not to look at it. She said that like one of the ladies on the page went through my account history to find out I'm a bad person or something.
And found you are.
She came across, or maybe it was on Twitter. I don't know where she got it from. Like I said, I didn't see it, but she apparently came across the E3 pizza cutters situation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, you hoarded all the E3 pizza cutters. And I'm thinking like,
she got you.
She got me. I'm like, well, if you can't think of like 5 reasons immediately why these situations are completely different, then yeah, this is why I'm not looking at Facebook anymore.
I would like to hear the 5 reasons, please.
Would you really?
No.
I could do a lot of reasons.
They were $5 each.
Oh, and Chipwreck, I have bad news for you. The NBA has suspended their season.
Yes, I know. And Rudy Gobert has tested positive.
Who?
Rudy Gobert is an all-star forward for the Utah Jazz.
Yes, I see that now. So, wonderful.
Wow. It's very, yeah. So, and I have an update before we move on to show feedback. Wow, we're very far into the show. We haven't talked about anything yet. Remember last week I mentioned Ty's phone blew up basically, and I had to get a replacement. And I did, I ordered one. I think I told everybody that I ordered one off of Amazon, an iPhone 7 for $150, refurbished. Mm-hmm. It turned out to be a great deal. The battery health was at 93%. It came with, for some reason, a screen protector already attached onto it, like a hard one. And Ty's in fucking heaven because it's much better than the phone that he had. And everybody wins. And I only paid $150. So it was a beautiful situation. So I recommend people buy used phones off of Amazon. And if it was shitty, if there's something wrong with it, you just put it in the box that it came in and put a sticker on it. Send it back.
Cool.
So we did it, everybody.
You did it. Congratulations.
Thank you.